All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Cheatham Street Relics. Had a few minutes today. I thought I'd do a quick little walkthrough of the downtown area of Bruceton, Tennessee. I did a little drive-through video a couple years ago and showed it. And anyway, just to kind of give you an update, today is January 13th. It's temperatures in the 50s. We're supposed to have more snow this weekend. Of course, a lot of the country is supposed to get quite a bit of snow, so maybe we won't get much, hopefully. Anyway, we're on Cheatham Street, just past the post office and City Hall, headed right towards the downtown area. The big building over here is the old Howard movie theater. That thing's been closed down and out of business for a long time. Somebody just put up a video to that, I think on maybe it's Facebook or YouTube. I think it was on YouTube, doing a walkthrough of the old movie theater there. I'd suggest going online and looking at that. Really interesting. I've never been in that building. So it could maybe be brought back, but I think it's kind of pretty far gone. The little building right next to it with a little sign out there, that was a cafe years ago. All right, now starting down the main street here, we've got, we'll say on that side of the building over there, you've got where it says Case Drugstore. That in my from what I know, that was a drugstore years ago on a corner. Now, back in the 50s, a tornado hit downtown area and damaged and tore up a lot of these buildings. But so you got over there, you got the corner Case Drugstore. They have moved up to the highway, so that is no longer there. That's just an empty building. The next building down is the old Bruceton Clinic. Not 100% sure what that was prior to that, but again, they have moved up to the highway as well, so that building's unoccupied. The next building is a privately owned, with a little car sitting there. It's like a privately owned pool hall, billiards hall or club. They got some pool tables in there and so forth. Now upstairs of that building, when I was a teenager growing up here, that was called Juicy's Pool Hall. Okay, Juicy's Pool Hall, Juicy's place. Jim Bayless ran that, and we were teenagers after school. We'd come up here and shoot pool. And what you did was, like I said, everything was located upstairs at that time, all the pool tables and whatever else he had up there. We won't go into some of that, but that white door right there, you'd go in that white door and go up the stairs. And a lot of us, we thought we were big time if we had a key to the door up at the top. So we were members of the Juicy's Place Club. And this end building, I don't know what that ever was. Somebody will know, I'm sure. Somebody will tell us. But it's been unoccupied for years. And then on the end here, you can see a few years back, the building that was there was torn down. And it's just been left a sort of a pile of rubble now. There was a big pile of bricks there. I guess I think they had some of the bricks on pallets. And I reckon they sold some of the bricks. But now there's still a lot of old loose bricks laying around and just trees growing up through it now. So it sort of looks kind of bad. I like the old wooden wall between the buildings. When we get on that side, I may kind of show that a little bit better. Matter of fact, I'm just going to cross now. As you can tell, this is a busy street here. I'm just kidding. But I'm going down here. Of course, you got this empty lot. There was a hotel, and it may have sat right in here. Back in the old day, there was an old hotel out here, and it probably sat right here. And then down here at the railroad, at the very end, you got the CSX railroad yard. And there was a cafe down in that area too. So sad to see the little towns, and a lot of them are in the same shape as Bruceton. They just kind of, over the years, dwindled down. And this place was really a booming little town back in the 40s, 50s, probably 60s. That old tree over there, it's been there. Those trees are old. But that's part of the city park. You see there's a little ball field over there. and then basketball courts, and then back over crossing that you can't hardly see it is the Templeton Park. I think I got a video of that on here as well, showing they still got some pretty old playground equipment over there that I thought was cool. But you can get on here and check out that video too, the Templeton Park. All right, now back on the the east side of this main street here. This building here at the very end is this is the Bruceton Senior Citizens Building. Of course, it's still active. Then the rest of these buildings are just, from what I know, they're all boarded up and haven't been in business in years. Again, somebody will be able to get on here and comment basically what these buildings were over the years. But a lot of these buildings, I know for a fact, a couple of them at least, the roofs have caved in all the way down, and then the main floor has caved down into the basement on a couple of them. So these buildings, they may not look bad on the street front, but they have, a lot of them have just collapsed. And they, it's my understanding that maybe they were donated, or a couple of them, or maybe all of them were donated to the city. And I'm guessing probably eventually the city will come through here and just tear them all down, because I'm telling you, they're not, it's not safe probably to have them out here if somebody was to get inside of there. Like I said, the floors have collapsed, and the roofs, and all the way down into the basement on a couple of them. Just like I said, guys, it's just a shame that these buildings get this way. But that's just part of these little towns. They dry up. And then you see, like I said, the pile of bricks over here from where they tore this building down, where it never was completely, cleaned up or whatever. So then I'm going to show you this wall over here. Check that out, that old wall there. That's pretty cool there. I like that wall there, that wooden wall. You still got the old aluminum awnings on these old buildings out here. But yeah, like I said, guys, the buildings don't look bad from other than being boarded up. But they're, trust me, they're in bad shape. Like I said, most of them's collapsed. I may try to get around the back. This building on the corner was at one time the First Bank. Again, they have closed and moved down to the highway over in Hollow Rock. So that building's been unoccupied for a while. This is their little back parking lot here. Cut through between the buildings. I guess this was the employee parking for the bank workers. This little cut through brings us back out over here by the city hall, police department and all that beside it. This is the back side of these buildings. The ones that are on the east side of the downtown. That must have been like the old loading dock area for the old store. There's like a basement access. You probably can't see in there, but there's nothing in there. Parts of where the floor has fell in, or I don't know. That building there looks like it's maybe the floor is still intact in it. So here's just an open drainage hole. I think there's a lot of stray cats, and I forgot to say that there's a ton of stray cats that stay in these old buildings. And I know a lot of people in the community. You see some food bowls there. They come out and feed these little fur babies. I'm glad somebody does. I'm not going to get up on this old rickety dock, but maybe you can see in that door there, the roof on this building's collapsed. Like you can see sunlight, and you can see that the floor has collapsed as well. There's one of the babies poking its head out right now. So, but yeah, like I said, guys, it's just a shame that these things, you can see in those windows there how the roof has just collapsed in on that one. And then this little access door, you can see, I can see in a little crack up on the top there where the floor, the first floor, main floor has collapsed down into this basement area. So yeah, it's just pretty sad. And then these little end buildings here, you might be able to get up here and actually see something in these old buildings. Again, it's pretty dangerous. It's just like a little basement access here, these old buildings. There's old tables and stuff in here. There's some drink cans over there, so somebody's been going in there, probably some homeless people. We are right here by the railroad, so we get a lot of people jumping off of trains and stuff. That old counter there was probably really nice at one point. It looks like it's seen better days now. That old counter display, it's a shame that it was left to, there's an old pallet jack in there, some regular pallets. Some of these tables would probably be really good workbenches if somebody get in here and get this stuff out of here. Like I said, they trying to watch, make sure I don't step on any nails, but you can see here really well, the roof is just collapsed completely on this one here. Completely collapsed. And there's the floor has collapsed down into the basement. And this building is full of stuff. Half the floor is collapsed. The first half of the floor over there, a portion of it's still up. I don't know if I want to walk on it, but this building's just full of old chairs, old metal chairs. And I don't know what all, there's no telling what all is in there if you was to dig through these old stores or these old buildings. But the problem is, it would be so unsafe to get in there. I wouldn't recommend anybody getting in there, because that roof, the rest of that roof is liable to come down or whatnot. So, but anyway, it's a shame that when they tear this building down, more than likely all of that stuff is going to be just buried or whatever. Look at this, there's the floor, there's the first floor that's collapsed part of it. These old metal chairs, again, a ton of these in there. You can't really see anything over here, but yeah, I'd love to get in there and dig around, but like I said, it's, I guarantee it wouldn't be safe to do so. No telling what all's in there. If you really got in there and just dug through all the stuff, there's a box of old mason jars or old fruit jars there. There's old pieces of furniture. I mean, just probably some good vintage gold in there. But all right, guys, I just thought I'd show you some of the old buildings. Like I said, again, I know I've said it several times, but such a shame that these buildings have got to this point. But like I said, that's part of what happens to them when people are not using them, when they sit empty and nobody's really doing anything, the owners, to keep them up, preserve them or whatever. But I'm pretty sure a couple of them's already been donated to the city, and I assume probably the city will come in here at some point and just demolish the buildings, because as you can see, just being out here like this, opened up where, you know, kids and people can get into them and stuff, is probably not real safe, especially since they've been, you know, falling down anyway. But all right, guys, hope you enjoyed that little walkthrough of the downtown Bruceton area. Catch you on the next video.